I actually probably would have kept you as a roommate. All my roommates moved out.
All your really?
They did.
For what
By,
reasons?
by the second semester, I was boarding alone.
Yeah,
It was the best.
it was the best. I did that the second year. I think it was an extra $400 for the year, and I was like, easy, done.
100%, dude. Are you kidding me? To do it.
Well, I had a problem with my roommate the first year. I didn't really have a problem, but he was a messy guy, and he was a soccer player, so I'd walk in the dorms and it'd smell like shin guards and dirty socks. And
Kick him out.
he was a cool guy, but I was over that pretty quick.
If it's first time seeing Ben on the show, you have explain it like you cross into territories that I don't even mess around with. You're in music, you're in all kinds of things. Oh, here we go. This is what I'm going to do. Ben took these photos. Here, let's cue this up. We were out in Oregon. Every single photo you're seeing here is Benjamin Keller. This guy. Nailed it. You know, these photos.
This is actually the first I've seen some here and there, but I didn't see any of those.
Because you handed the card over to me.
Yeah. Well, we tried to do the transfer on the plane, and then it just didn't work out because
That's right.
there just wasn't enough time. But
So
I love those of you where you're like this, getting into it. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, dude, you did a great job.
Well, thanks.
Did an amazing job.
That's the camera. It's like the people. Your camera takes awesome photos.
Right? Look at these. Look at this guy. Is that like a, what do you say, Daft Punk cover? Isn't that you said the one time?
Yeah, it looks like that album cover where it's, we're up all night to get lucky. That's what it reminded me of.
Yep.
That was a magical evening right there.
Yes, it was. Oh my goodness. The footage, the way the sun was setting, dude, everything, this trip, when we were out there, man, I feel like I can't explain when I get home, like the feelings of just seeing these things, seeing these sites, the experience of them, like how designed the day feels for you. Like we're aware that the world doesn't revolve around us, but sometimes it feels like it does.
Yeah.
Like that's,
I think God does little things like that in your life every once in a while to make you realize how special you actually are to him.
yes, sir. But let's start off with some icebreaker. We kind of did break the ice, but let's break it even more. Let's do 2 truths and a lie. So think about that. We'll both think about that. Put some music on here. Give ourselves 2 minutes. Come up with 2 minutes too quick?
Deal. No, I can do that.
Okay. 2 truths and a lie. All right. So we got our answers in here. Who wants to go first? Would you like to?
I'll go first, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So number 1, I'm a farmer. Number 2, I've never broke a bone. And number 3, I love taking portraits.
I mean, I have to go with never broke a bone.
False. No, I've never broke a bone before. Except for that time you broke my skull when I was like 10 years old.
Oh, come on. That's what I was thinking about.
That doesn't count though.
Chuck.
My cranium. Does that count as a bone?
No.
Either way, my lie is I love taking portraits.
Yeah.
I don't like taking portraits.
That's what I was going to say, but I was like, he's not going to say that on this show.
I totally will.
All right. Dang. Yeah. I mean, I can see, not that I can see that in your work. I can see that, like, I understand why. They're very stressful.
And I don't mind them. And actually what you just showed me, that made me kind of change my mind a little bit. But that's not really what I'm talking about because that was
Yeah.
a different style.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like family photos, like, all right, line up, you get over there, you get here. It's not my style. I don't really like it. I'll do it. And I have done it, but I don't like it.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, totally, dude.
what about you?
So I once ate a Sharpie when I was in 2nd grade. I wanted to be an architect when I grew up. I wear a size 10.5 shoe, even though I measure 11 because, I wear a size 10.5 shoe because I don't want to be an 11 even though I measure an 11. That makes sense?
Why?
So I don't know. Like the shoe's a little bit bigger. The saying the word I'm a size 11 sounds big. Like I just want to be 10.5.
Okay, so that's your truth. That's a truth. That was pretty specific. And you felt passionate about your answer. So, ate a Sharpie and architect. I don't know. I could believe architect because you played with Legos for a long time. But I don't know. Eat a Sharpie is pretty random, but I'm still gonna go with that. Eat a Sharpie.
That's the lie.
That's the lie.
Congratulations.
Nice.
I ate a sharp when I was in first grade.
Nice. All right. Well, I feel better about myself. I feel like I know a little bit more about you than I thought that I did in my head.
Good. Yeah, brother. That's what it's all about. What's it like being Ben?
It's pretty broad.
What does it mean to wake up in the morning knowing you have to do what you have to do?
I feel like I'm not any more special or complicated than anybody else is. I'm me, and I love me. God loves me, but I feel like you need to wake up and not you. I'm just saying, people. Everybody is just as complex as you. You're driving on the road. You're sitting in traffic. There's thousands of people sitting right there. Everybody has a lot of the same thoughts. Maybe not all the same, but everybody has problems. Everybody has stuff they think about. Everybody has struggles, and yeah, I could probably go deeper, but that's kind of how I make myself feel a lot better about some of the situations that I'm in.
Right.
It's like I'm not the only one dealing with this, and if I think I am, then I'm just being
Right.
plain selfish,
Right.
stupid.
Thinking a little bit too much about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Where are you at creatively, from your own opinion?
Where am I at creatively? A couple months ago, I had this fire in me to make YouTube videos and carry on a whole bunch of other projects. I did a project here in this studio with a friend named Wyatt Becker, Wyatt Becker Band. Go check them out. He's a country rock artist. He's amazing. I went to high school with him. But anyways, I had him over here, and we did a little acoustic recording, and I really enjoyed that. So basically, I was hopping on all these projects and whatnot, and then we went on the trip to Oregon. Then I got back, and I was just feeling like I was in this funk kind of, and I don't know why that was. I think it was partially because I loved it so much out there, and I got back here, and I felt a little drugged down because I almost felt like I was stuck here. So that's where I was at before. I was on a really good note with me getting stuff done, and also just in a good mental state too. And I think that's step number one, because once you get into that good mental state, then everything else kind of follows.
Sure.
That's how it is for me anyways.
How do you think where do you think the good mental state came from? What do you think the genesis of, like, how do you, I woke up today and it's the start of a good day. Like,
Prayer and meditation.
yeah.
Time off your phone. I love music. I will listen to music every minute of the day if I could, but lately I've been taking breaks from music. I work at a job where I'm able to keep my earbuds in most of the day, but I kind of have this rule now that I won't put them in until after lunch break, because just having a morning to do work and sort through my thoughts in my head without the distraction of music, because ultimately that's what music does for me. It helps me escape.
Sure.
And it's kind of a blessing and a curse.
Right.
So that's where that comes from. There's other things too, but
Yeah.
that's a good place. That's where I started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said before we sat down, you're like, maybe coming out of the funk, or you feel like you're ready to make again, or
I feel like this right here, this moment is what's going to bring me out of the funk. It's going to happen eventually. I've been through so many ups and downs, and I just started realizing this in the past year. Last summer, I had a really bad summer. Mentally, just things going on. I wasn't doing the best. And so when I came out of that finally, I was like, wow, like if I was able to get out of that, then there's nothing I can't do.
there you go.
So now every time I get into a little funk, I kind of let myself feel that for a little bit, analyze it, and then usually it's just one day where I'm like, all right, time to stop all this sobbing, time to get your mind right, and usually I don't start feeling better until I start working again, working as in my own personal projects and whatnot. And then once I do that, that's when you start feeding off that flame again.
Sure.
So
Do you remember a meme you told me about of a guy who's like, there's like two guys, and then one of them's like super lazy, and then one of them's at 2 a.m. like doing push-ups or something.
Oh yeah, it was like guys have 3 moods, and
Yeah.
I forget what it was. It was like goofy, and then like lovey-dovey, and then like it was like 2 standard ones, and then the last one was he's up at like 2 a.m. I'm gonna change my life. Like
Right.
start watching these motivational videos. You're doing 30 pull-ups and push-ups
Right.
at like 2 a.m.
This is changing everything.
Yeah, it's
It
like
ends now.
yeah, and I feel like most men have done that, whether it's the push-ups or the thoughts or I do that all the time. I'm just laying in bed.
I love that.
I have a lot of passions in life, but career-wise, my passion is forestry. That's what I went to school for, and sometimes I lose sight of that. This past weekend, let me see if I can send you these, and then you can pull them up.
Yeah, do airdrop.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
This past weekend, I was in State College with a buddy, and we were turkey hunting, we were trout fishing, we were just outside all weekend, and every time that I have an experience like that, when we were in Oregon, it's like, wow, this is what I need to do. This is my passion. I need to be in these woods, and that's kind of where I feel fulfilled.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, buddy.
So, yeah, that was really fun. I haven't shot a turkey since I was like 13 years old, and I don't know. We just had an awesome time. He's Logan's one of my best friends, and we can always connect in a variety of ways. But the outdoors is one of them because he's a forester as well,
Oh, okay.
and he actually has a job in forestry, and he's got the gig, man. He's got a good gig.
Okay. But so where are you at with that? Because when
Sorry.
we were in, no, dude, that's perfect. Because when we were in Oregon, you're like, I'm coming home and applying to some jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
I did not.
Do you want to?
I kind of I have a plan in my head that I've formulated, but I'm gonna finish what was on my mind because you asked about creativity and how that pans out and whatnot.
Yep.
So the music and the video, I don't really see that being a career for me in the future. Maybe a side gig. I kind of just do it for personal fulfillment, just because I think it's awesome and I love it, and it's one of my passions. And if I could do it for a living, I probably would. But
Sure.
I love being in the woods, man. I love it. So
Yep. Yeah, and to me, you're like, there's these guys I know and follow where you would be in the woods consistently, and you would just take these. Do the kids say bangers? Is that a thing?
banger.
You take these photos, just like, oh, come on, what is this? This guy does this for a living? He's like, no, I'm a forester and just happened to be in the woods and saw this mushroom someday. Like, and that's honestly probably the most pure thing that you could do. Like, it's maybe you upload your mushroom photo to Shutterstock if you're so pleased. You can make 88 cents over the next 6 years, but like, you took that photo because it spoke to you, meant something to you. Like, keep it that way. Like, get that forestry job and keep taking those photos that mean something to you, and don't, like, to me, your artistry is like just an extension of yourself, and it's not this, like, it's not what it is for me. So some of the videos I produce are not extensions of myself. They're videos for people, and I make that widget, I make the thing, and then I walk away from the thing, and it's separate of me. I feel like your work is more pure, more true to you.
I think I have a very hard time keeping interest and staying motivated when it's something that I'm not interested in. So back to the portraits, wedding photography. No, I don't want to do that. I really don't.
Yep.
If I got offered, I would do it. If I got offered a good amount of money, and I'm confident in my abilities and whatnot, but it's just not what I see for myself. And you're completely right. That goes for a lot of things in my life. I have trouble working on things that I don't think matter.
And
that
so
goes for anything.
I don't know the question to ask to walk you out of people thinking you're entitled, but explain to me why you think that because you're not entitled, and there's a hesitation where someone could listen to what you just said and say, this entitled 23-year-old like So like, what makes you think?
Well, I'd say to them, why are you so miserable? Why do you put the line down there when you know you could be up here? Um, Life's too short to do a bunch of crap that I don't feel like doing, and go find somebody that does want to do it because I don't. That's what I'd say to them. Um, it's yeah. You can call me entitled. You have your opinion. You can tell me. You can call me whatever you want to call me.
Right.
But
Right.
at the end of the day, you're not going to taint my vision. I'm over that. So
Yeah. You've lived in not a shadow. I don't know what to call it, but you have like me always had this like lion just inside you, just waiting.
it does feel like that
Yeah.
sometimes. It's like yeah. I don't know. Next question.
Well, let's potentially get into some of the what would you say origins of the lion taming, if that makes sense.
Origins of the lion taming.
School, public education. So Ben, we have some drawing exercises here that kind of are themed from public education, from school.
Yeah, I noticed that right away.
So which one do you have there? All right, so show that up to the camera. Yeah, it's perfect.
You see that? That should give you chills right there. Because as soon as I saw it, it brought back this memory that I thought was wiped forever.
So what is this? It's a standardized test, right?
Yeah, it makes me think of SATs or Keystones or something like that.
So I'm gonna do mine in this workbook here. I am no shame. This book, the exercise that Ben's going through is available in this book that's coming out August 6th. I made it almost a decade ago. It is finally being published, like properly, not self-published. It's called Draw the Line. It's a 100-day journal to build your creative confidence. And in it is 100 exercises to do. Where's my face? There it is. It's 100 exercises, and you do one a day. I'm working through it myself at the moment. And it's just it's not how to draw, but it's drawing prompts to get you thinking, to get you moving, to get you more curious, more creative, and just to hold you accountable to becoming more and to stop living with the lion inside you. Bring him out, you know what I mean? So we're going to go through some of these. We're going to work through this and just kind of keep jabbing along here, and we'll see what comes out of doing some of these exercises. What does it say on the bottom of your sheet?
It says, what have you always wanted to draw on one of these pages? Pages like this were used to separate test sections and keep us kids in line. Personally, all I ever wanted to do was meet one of these pages on the bus after school with a fresh number 2 pencil.
I think I might have to blur out my drawing.
Oh, yeah. I know. I was thinking that, too. It was like hardcore vandalism on this thing. These tests were not my favorite. That is for freaking sure.
Did you do well on them?
Dude, I think I got like a 920 on my SAT.
What should it be?
Definitely above 1,000.
Oh.
Yeah. What about you? I know we talked about it before a little bit. But...
Hated it. Every waking second. And it's not true. I met my wife there. And like, to me, dude, it's like I've discovered recently the way that I immediately talk about things sounds like I'm not over them, or that I didn't find the joy in them, or I didn't understand. I don't understand all the benefits that came from them and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell you that I loved school. I could tell you that I loved my volleyball coach. I could say that I loved the graphic arts coach or teacher that I had. Kind of basically kicked off my entire career, like, because they believed in me. Like, that's amazing. Like, who gets to have that? It's awesome. So the good absolutely outweighs the bad, but I don't believe in the system and the way that we educate. So it's hard for me to like be having kids of my own and to not understand where I came from and how I would like to do it differently, or how I would wish to do it differently for them, and how I would likely never express to them like my like they almost don't need to know certain opinions of mine that I have. You know, they have to go discover things and make it make it known for themselves. But there's just so many things that I would wish to be different so that we can help people. So like I still have this anger in me for what we're doing to kids. It's not even that I'm not over it for myself. I'm not over it for what people are still living in and living under, and the stresses we're putting on kids, and the pressure, the cell phones, just what school culture is now. Like I'm not over that. Like I still sleep at night. That's not doesn't keep me up in that way, but it's just sad to know what's going on, and I want so much of what my work is doing here to kind of begin to counteract some of these things, or help save some people, or expose new careers to people. It's kind of my solution, if you will. I know I can't change the system. I know we need the system. I just wish it would change a little bit, and I think that some of the work I'm doing here can help do that. Hopefully.
I love that. Yeah, I think there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
For sure. One of my favorite human beings I ever met in my entire life was from school.
Right on.
A few of them, actually. But I had this teacher. I took a class in high school. It's called AVJ, Advanced Video Journalism. And it was a video class. We got all this camera equipment, computers. We did morning announcements. We did all that. And I'll say his name because it's nothing but good stuff. Mr. Richards was my teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy was, he was one of the only ones that let us be creative. So for that class, I think it was like 4 or 5 projects per marking period. And he was like, I don't care what you do. Like, you can do whatever you want. You can make videos. You can make a song if you wanted to. Just as long as I see that you put effort into it, I'll give you a fair grade. And yeah. And actually, that's where I started a podcast in high school.
Right.
And I loved every single moment of it. I never really got to follow through with it because that was my senior year, and that's when the COVID-19 hit.
Oh, right.
But
oh, right. We did. Yeah, I remember that. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But that
you
guy,
graduated by yourself out on the field and had a COVID handshake with some teachers.
Yeah.
Dang. Man, you have an experience that you can't relate to literally anybody else in the family, or we all.
My experience wasn't that bad, was that actually? Everybody's like, I'm so sorry. But be sorry for the kids after me because they had to deal with that crap at school. Me, we just gotta. I remember I was sitting in psychology
Oh, right,
class.
it was like March. It was over, anyways.
Yeah, I had like 2 months left or something. Yeah. And my psychology teacher was like, "Oh, man, like." COVID's here, guys. I just got the phone call. We're out for 2 weeks, and we were all like, "Let's go! 2 weeks off." We were so hyped up, and then everything just exploded, blew up in our faces. So I never ended up going back to school.
Yeah.
But dude, I went trout fishing. I went mushroom hunting. I did everything. It was awesome. Plus, all my activities are kind of don't involve people, anyways. So it's a win-win.
Yeah. All right, Ben. So we are all finished up drawing here. If you want to show it, you can express it to the camera. However, it can really just be intimate and just be for you. If what you put down there is something like just for you, we can not show it and we can move right on.
It is pretty personal. No, I'll show it. I don't know if you can see it from the camera or not. Probably not.
Buddy.
What'd you got?
Oh, dude, I
eat it.
I went a little PG. I wanted to say so much more and do so much more. Dude, anger comes out of me when I look at these things and, well, Caleb, you're just not over it yet. No, dude, we are ripping creativity out from kids. Like, we really are.
I always thought that schools needed to have, like, life courses where, like, you learn how to change a freaking tire and you learn how to do your laundry.
Taxes,
and,
laundry.
Yeah, all that life stuff. Like, I think there should be, like, 3 life credits per semester or marking period or whatever.
Why are we not doing this? Like,
I don't know. Like, you can have somebody that knows everything about PEMDAS and how to solve a math equation, but they don't know how to read a map.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I feel like school, that's one thing that it doesn't do is turn you into a more well-rounded person.
Right.
And you turn into a more well-rounded person through experiences and failures and lessons learned and all sorts of things. But
Yeah.
from my experience, that hasn't really happened that much in school. It's
Right.
happened in my everyday life through jobs,
Right.
personal projects.
Yeah. And I love where this is going because I think there's two places I want to like break into, if you don't mind. It's like, I'll express my opinion first, only to not like make you feel like you're on the hook or something.
No, yeah.
I don't want the school. I'd be awesome if the school did that. But that responsibility sits with the parents, it sits with the students, sits with me. Like we all have to wake up and say, school's not providing that. It's like, government, come help me, come save me. School system, get better. It's like, government ain't coming. No one's coming to help you. If you want to be a well-rounded person, your mommy and daddy need to step up and help create those opportunities for you. All of that said, that system that we live in, it takes a 40-hour work week essentially. That's what you're there for. And then you go home and have a sport thing, or you have even more homework. You don't have time to make mistakes outside of the summer or on the weekends. Like you don't have time to build up all of these opportunities and all these places to fail because you're stuck in your full-time work, and then you have some overtime with your homework. Like you don't have what I even though I believe like what I said of like we have to own this experience and accept that school isn't gonna do this stuff for us. But at the same time, we don't have time because we're in the system. Am I making sense? Like,
Yeah.
So that's when it turns into, well, take the system down.
Take the system down.
Or you have to exit from it completely and then rebuild a structure that.
Well, that's what graduation is. It's like you're in this kiddie pool your whole life from kindergarten until 12th grade, and that's what your focus is schoolwork, sports, maybe part-time job if you don't play sports.
Yeah.
And then you're in this kiddie pool and whatnot. You graduate, dude, you're jumping in the ocean. Hard. Like, no life preserver out there.
Yep.
Bobbing. You don't know what's going on.
Yep.
And some people handle it a lot better than others. It kind of took me a little bit to find my footing.
Sure.
But that's what I would compare it to.
Yeah.
And
just wish we were failing sooner. Just wish we were in the ocean sooner.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's where I landed. Where like, yeah, I can't land that in a fun way.
No, it's tough. It's that's when you can go into a hole. We could sit here till 11:30 talking about that same thing.
Yeah, because then parents come on board, and you're like,
there's so many different variables. You can have kids that had terrible childhoods, and they learn those lessons that I haven't learned yet.
right,
Just because they had horrible upbringing.
right. And so the life our parents gave us, the things that the bad things it was free from, like they worked hard to keep you from having to have that struggle. And from their perspective, like, do you understand what I had to do so that you didn't have to worry about that? It's like, I wish that you let me worry about that.
Well, what's that saying? How's it go? I know you already know what I'm thinking of. It's hard times create hard men. Hard men create easy times create soft men.
Yeah.
And then the cycle continues.
There's a funny meme about a guy saying that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
You ever see it?
No.
If I knew it was a search, I'd pull it up. But yeah, it's hilarious. But yeah, dude, 100%. And the cycle goes on, and I don't know what part of that cycle we're in right now. I feel like I'm one of these softer dudes, so my son's gonna be hard. Is that what? Is that the way it works?
Possibly. It really just depends what happens. Who knows, man? You could be 40 and bankrupt, and Bo's out there. He's got to work full-time jobs and help you pay the bills. Obviously, this is all
Could be
theoretical. But I'm saying, but then he would be 15 years old, and he'd be more of a man than I was ever at 23. right now I feel like I'm in this hard phase myself, just motivating myself to work all these hours at this farm and
Yep.
come back and do other responsibilities at the house. Still live with my parents, and I pay them in rent through labor, which is fun. I love that, but it's a lot. It's a lot to keep up with. So every night I lay in bed and I'm like, oh, I gotta do this again tomorrow. But I try not to have that mindset. So right now,
I think you're good about it.
I think I'm getting better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Day by day.
It really is though. Like I used to
Yeah.
I used to think of that phrase, living to the end of the day, and as this like really, man, like that guy's not in a good spot. He's just trying to like survive the hour, and that those things exist. But then once you finally kind of feel the ground again, and you it's stable, that phrase then takes on a new meaning where living day by day means that you're where your feet are, and you're not beyond, and you're not behind.
Yeah.
You're just, I'm here.
And that's when I'm the happiest personally. I remember being in college and gave my buddy Matt a call. He's my childhood best friend, and it was like one of the first things he said. I was like, "How you doing, man?" And he said, "Man, I'm just trying to win the day right now." And that stuck with me. I was like, "Man," because I think I was having a rough day at that point too, and that's why I gave him a call in the first place. And
Yeah.
it's like, man, I'm focusing on all these future problems that haven't even came yet, and I'm not even trying to win the day. You got to win the day first to get a step up.
That's true. And you said, yeah, bro, so to send us out here, how are you going to win the day in the future? You were getting on a workout plan and...
Yeah, I have a plan right now. Like I said, I've been in this funk ever since we came back from these trips. Being out there was awesome, but coming back and it's like I came back and someone sucker punched me right in the face, like, "Welcome back, buddy." But no, I'm starting to adapt to everyday normal life again, and I just had that thought today, like on the way here, and this conversation was everything that I hoped it would be.
Yeah.
Because now I feel like I can go to bed and reflect, do the things that I said I was going to do, end the night with no screen time, prayer, meditation, whatever works for you. But
Yeah.
time to think. Time to think.
Yeah.
That's what I need right now. Yeah, like I said, I feel like a big problem for me right now is the scrolling. So less of that. What was my average? It was like an hour and 4 minutes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to take that down to 30.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
30-minute daily average.
On Instagram. Yeah.
Okay. I can do that.
Well, the thing is, I have ideas cross my mind like all day. It's just whether I do them or not.
Sure.
So I don't really think I need a timeline. It's just executing things whenever they pop in your head, or like, got it. I'm gonna write that one down. I'm gonna go home and do that because I've done it before, and that's the best feeling in the world.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm at work doing something random, I have an idea pop in my head, and I'm gonna do that. And you go home, do it. Feel like $1 million.
Yeah.
So I think I need another one of those to kind of keep this ball rolling.
Yeah. That's cool. So, yeah, we'll check in on these things, dude. But thank you for coming, dude, and making the time and setting it aside and just being yourself as always.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. I enjoyed being on here. I think from our first episode to this is a massive step, and to think that there's more after that is really exciting.
It's wild. I don't know.
I was
See,
gonna
this-
show up looking like Lex Friedman today, but I didn't.
That's the guy you sent, right?
I forget. It's the guy who always dresses up in a black and white suit.
Oh, I don't know then.
You definitely know him.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to show you this guy on the screen.
Report of the week. Oh, dude, no, you showed me. You showed me him a while ago. He's crazy. He dresses up in a suit and tie to eat Pizza Hut and stuff.
Look at him. Just look at the boy.
Dude.
Look at the boy.
Now, there's a good question. You think he puts on a character?
I believe he's real, but he leans in. He's aware and leans in. Like you're experiencing him
Yeah.
because he hasn't aged. Like there's
Yeah.
something up.
Is this recent? Like one of his more recent videos?
6 days ago. He looks like 2016.
Yeah, you showed me him a long time ago, probably like 8 years ago or
Oh my
something.
goodness, look at this man. Because I watched his old stuff where, like, when he was 12, he did the same kind of like smirks or like knew he was being funnies when he was like doing monster reviews. I have all of the monsters, and I'm gonna, or I have all the different flavors of Mountain Dew. Like his mannerisms haven't changed. It's not like he's different now. So you have to believe that from 12 years old, this is a deep fake, deep con. I don't think that.
No, I think you're right though. Like that's why people watch him because he is quirky like that, and
Right.
that's why it's funny.
Right.